Have you ever felt like your brain is a labyrinth of endless thoughts? You're not alone. A recent study found that 85% of introverts experience feeling mentally trapped at least once a day. Imagine being in a crowded room, seeking a quiet corner to recharge. That's your mind maze in action. But what if this same mental maze could unlock your hidden potential? In this video, we're exploring how to transform overthinking habits and self-doubt into powerful tools for personal growth. Get ready to navigate the twists and turns of your inner world, turning mental roadblocks into stepping stones for success. Before we start, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss any of our weekly deep dives into the world of personality types. And if you are looking to achieve a deeper understanding of yourself and your personality type, click the link in the comments to take our favorite free personality test. The Hermit's Dilemma when solitude becomes a cage. Picture you're snuggled up with your favorite book and a warm cup of tea by your side. Pure bliss, right? But then your phone buzzes. It's your friends, inviting you out for a night of fun. Suddenly, you're torn between two worlds, the cozy cocoon of solitude and the vibrant energy of social interaction. As an INFJ, this internal tug of war is all too familiar. On one hand, you crave deep, meaningful connections with others. On the other, you need that precious alone time to recharge and process your thoughts. It's like your mind is a seesaw, constantly tipping between these two desires. But here's the thing, this struggle isn't just in your head. Research shows that both solitude and social interaction are crucial for INFJ well-being. A study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that introverts experience greater happiness and lower cortisol levels when they have regular periods of solitude. For INFJs, this quiet time allows for deep reflection and creative problem solving. At the same time, social psychologist Susan Cain points out that even introverts benefit from social connections, which can boost creativity and provide emotional support. So, how do you balance these seemingly contradictory needs? Think of it as a dance. Sometimes you lead with solitude, other times with social interaction. Try setting aside specific times for each, like a weekly coffee date with friends and a dedicated evening for solo pursuits. Remember, it's not about choosing between being a hermit or a social butterfly, but finding your unique rhythm in this intricate dance of connection and reflection. The inner critic's whisper, friend or foe. You've mastered the balance between solitude and socializing, but there's another aspect of your personality that deserves attention, your inner voice. Remember that whisper telling you you're not good enough when taking risks? It is the key to unlocking your true potential. As an INFJ, you're familiar with the inner critic. That nagging voice gets louder when you're about to do something amazing. You may be starting a blog or applying for a dream job. Then it starts. Are you sure you're qualified? What if no one reads your work? Your inner critic isn't just trying to hold you back. It's actually trying to protect you from failure or judgment. The trick is learning to distinguish between constructive self-reflection and destructive self-criticism. Try this technique. When that critical voice pipes up, pause and ask, is this thought helping me grow or just holding me back? Then reframe it positively. For example, I'm not qualified becomes I have unique insights to share. You can transform your self-doubt into motivation by challenging negative thoughts and replacing them with more constructive feedback. Remember, you can flip the script and use your inner voice as a tool for growth. The Improvement Treadmill. When good enough isn't enough. You've conquered your inner critic, but now there's a new voice whispering in your ear. It's telling you you're never quite good enough. Sound familiar? Let's say you just aced a presentation at work. Instead of celebrating, you're already obsessing over tiny details you could have improved. That's the treadmill in action. As an INFJ, you're wired for constant growth and self-improvement. It's part of what makes you amazing, but sometimes that drive becomes relentless pressure. Your idealistic nature and perfectionism can create an endless to-do list of personal goals. Research shows that idealistic personality types like yours are particularly prone to burnout, which can manifest as emotional exhaustion and decreased productivity. The line between healthy ambition and unhealthy pressure is razor thin. But don't worry, there's a way to get through this exhausting ride. The key? Embrace progress over perfection. Try this. Write down 3 small wins at the end of each day. You spoke up in a meeting or took a moment for self-care. Celebrate those victories. Learning to balance your ambition with self-compassion is crucial for avoiding burnout and finding genuine fulfillment in your journey. The boundary paradox: when helping hurts. Imagine your best friend calls, sobbing over a breakup. You immediately drop everything to comfort them, but you feel a familiar drain as you listen. As an INFJ, you're wired for empathy. It's like you have an emotional antenna that picks up on everyone's feelings. But this superpower comes with a catch: emotional contagion. You absorb others' emotions, blurring the line between their feelings and yours. This can make it incredibly difficult to set healthy boundaries. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's essential. Try these phrases. I care about you, but I need some time to recharge. Or, I'm here for you, but let's set a time limit for our talk. Remember, it's about balancing your desire to help with your need for self-care. Experts say establishing limits is crucial for your emotional health and relationships. Think of it like putting on your oxygen mask first. By taking care of yourself, you're actually in a better position to support others. Compassion fatigue is real, especially for INFJs. By setting healthy boundaries, you're not just protecting yourself, you're ensuring you can be your best self for those you care about. The stress grip spiral: when coping becomes chaos. You're usually the composed one, the rock others lean on. But suddenly, you're making rash decisions, saying things you'd never normally say. It's like you've become a stranger to yourself. When life overwhelms you with work deadlines, relationship drama, and global problems, your INFJ brain has a unique coping mechanism: the stress grip reaction. It's like your mind's emergency escape hatch, but instead of helping, it often makes things worse. Under extreme stress, INFJs can become detached from their usual thoughtful, empathetic selves. Your brain flips a switch and you're operating on autopilot. You might act impulsively, making decisions without careful consideration, seeking immediate relief from pressure. This reaction isn't just in your head. Studies show that introverts, including INFJs, often have stronger stress responses. You internalize emotions and thoughts when pressure is on, leading to decision-making paralysis. Recognizing this pattern is the first step to breaking it. Experts suggest developing healthy coping strategies to prevent this stress grip spiral. Mindfulness practices, journaling, and setting boundaries are all tools in your stress-busting toolkit. By using these techniques, you can interrupt the cycle and return to your authentic, insightful self. The rest resistance: when relaxation feels wrong. You finally have a day off, no commitments, no responsibilities. But instead of feeling relaxed, you're hit with this nagging guilt. Sound familiar? As an INFJ, you're wired to give, think, and do constantly. Your brain is so used to being in helper mode that it doesn't know what to do when it's time to help yourself. It's like your mind is throwing a tantrum, demanding to be productive when you only want to chill on the couch. But here's the thing: rest isn't just nice to have, it's crucial for your creativity and problem-solving abilities. When you give your brain some downtime, it's better at making those intuitive leaps INFJs are famous for. Imagine your mind as a garden. You need to plant and water, but you also need to let things grow. Taking regular breaks can increase your productivity in the long run. Your brain is like a battery. If you never let it recharge, eventually it will run out of juice. So, next time you feel guilty for taking a day off, remember that rest isn't the enemy. It's your secret weapon for unleashing your INFJ superpowers. The intuition illusion: when gut feelings lead you astray. You're at a crossroads, faced with a life-changing decision. Your gut screams, "Go for it," but something feels off. As an INFJ, you're used to trusting that inner voice. But what if it's leading you astray? Your brain, that master of disguise, sometimes dresses up cognitive biases as intuition. It's like your fears are throwing a masquerade ball in your mind. For example, you might instantly distrust a new coworker because they remind you of someone who hurt you in the past. Or you could be convinced a project will fail simply because you're anxious about change. So how do you separate true intuition from fear-based thinking? Try this. Next time you have a strong gut feeling, pause and ask yourself, what evidence supports this? Write down concrete facts that back up your intuition. If you're struggling to find any, it might be time to dig deeper. Remember, your intuition isn't broken. It just needs fine-tuning. You're upgrading your internal GPS by combining your natural intuitive abilities with critical thinking. It's about finding that sweet spot between trusting your gut and questioning your assumptions. With practice, you'll navigate life's twists and turns with more clarity and confidence. As we wrap up our journey through the INFJ mind, let's recap the key takeaways. Your sensitivity is a superpower for understanding others. Your perfectionism drives meaningful change. Your authenticity forges genuine connections. Remember, you're not alone in these struggles. Others understand the INFJ experience. How do you relate to these insights? Share your experiences in the comments. Your unique perspective is your greatest asset. Embrace it, use it wisely, and watch internal battles transform into strengths. The world needs your empathy, vision, and authenticity. Be proudly, unapologetically INFJ. If you want to continue the journey to understanding yourself or an INFJ in your life, click on the next video, where we continue to unlock the secrets of the INFJ personality type.